Great morning, great morning, great morning, great people. Welcome to this morning's message, y'all. Welcome to this morning's message. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling good. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Y'all, the enemy be trying it, right? The enemy be trying it, but we have the victory. Drop that in the chat. We have the victory. You know what to do, ski booski. Come in, like the live, share the love. Drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. Let's get in the flow of abundance. Let me tell y'all, the enemy thought he had me this morning, y'all. He really did, but God is in control, and we believe that. So all it do it, let's get to it. Kid y'all not, my morning has started off with what seems like a little chaotic, right? And that's cool because we don't fall apart in chaos. We just allow things to go the way that they're supposed to go. So I hope you're doing well. We fit to get into the message this morning. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I feel like I'm a little discombobulated just because I had something crazy that just happened this morning. But we gonna get through it and let do it. Okay, let do it. So let me go to child. Look, the enemy thought he had me this morning. My God, he thought he had me. Let me just say this before we even get started. The first thing I want to talk about is gratitude, right? Let's talk about gratitude. For many of you, the Lord is getting ready. It's like, there's a time in your life when maybe you need to get stuff done, but you don't quite have everything that you need in order to get done the things that you want to get done, right? But then the Lord will make a way. He will make a way and make you able to do everything that it is that you're supposed to do. And so let's just start off with some gratitude this morning, right? That the Lord has given us everything we need in order to be successful, no matter what the case, no matter what it is. Whether it's, my God, this ain't even where I was going with the message this morning, but I feel like we need to talk about this. Because there's a point in life where there's stuff that you need to get done, want to get done, you don't have the resources to get done, and then all of a sudden the Lord will just make a way. And I feel like I'm having one of those moments right now where it's just like, no matter what, come on, God. Once upon a time, there was a time in my life, of course, it was just, Lord, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to do this? Good morning, honey. Good morning. How am I going to do this? How is this going to happen? And now I'm at a point in life where God has put me in a position where I don't have to worry about how it's going to get done. I just know that God has already done it. And as I woke up this morning, my morning has kind of started off, like I said, a little weird. But it's cool because no matter what the enemy has tried, whatever he thought was going to happen as a result of the tricks, the traps, and the schemes, it's never going to work out the way that he intends. So just know that God is in control. So all I do, let's get to it. Let's get to the message this morning. Like I said, I was trying to get something done this morning. So let me go to the notes, some of the notes that the Lord gave me. This is from the other day. The Lord gave me this on the 21st. And so he had me in Habakkuk 2 and 3 on this day. Habakkuk 2 and 3. And so let me just tell, oh my God, this ain't even a message. I know this ain't Friday, but I feel like we just going with the flow because I just need to tell somebody that anytime the enemy, come on, God, there's always attack. Say it. There is always an attack before elevation. There's always an attack. So be prepared for that. So many of you, the Lord is letting you know, like, listen, because you have made a decision to elevate in some way, because you have made a decision to move forward in some way, there's an attack that's coming. But I want you to know that God will put you in a position where maybe before your attack came in your finances and something came up and you were like, well, Lord, how am I going to pay for this? And for many of you, God is putting you in a position where the enemy can't attack your finances anymore. Do you understand? Because the Lord has made you prosperous. He has made you abundant. He has made it so that, oh, you want me to pay something extra? Oh, you think just because I have to pay a little more? Guess what? That's not going to take from the abundance that God has already blessed me with. So many of you, so for some of you, this is like a financial attack, right? Before you get ready to receive a promotion and elevation in your finances, the enemy will attack your finances, right? In some way. This could be an unexpected expense. This could be something, because I kid y'all not, it's something. I at one point I was having to pay this, and all of a sudden the amount that I had to pay today has tripled. But do you understand that it was nothing? Drop it in the chat. It's nothing, because I literally can go in my wallet and have a multitude of places. What? Say it. A multitude of ways that I can pay for whatever the Lord is requiring of me. He has given me the ability to pay for. So I hope that encourages somebody that yes, the Lord will put you in a position where you ain't got to look. I have nothing to brag on but God. But it's just like, oh, okay, well, that ain't gonna hurt me to spend that. That ain't gonna hurt me to do that. So it's no longer an attack on your finances, where at one point you would have been like, oh Lord, if I got to choose this. And some of you may be in this position, and I just want you to be encouraged, because there were many days that I was in a position where it was like, if I paid for this, then I couldn't do that. And now the Lord is getting ready to put you in a position where I can pay for this and still do that. Do you understand? Man, I hope that encourages somebody this morning, because again, the enemy will think he had you. He can't get you the same way he got you before, because God has elevated you in some way to make you understand, like, listen, you won't get me like that. Oh, let's do it. Let's get to it. So when I tell you my morning has been in disarray, I hadn't even pulled a card for myself this morning. So I'm going to do that with y'all. Somebody better say I got the victory, the Six of Wands, success, recognition that is coming in for you, opportunity. This is you riding in on your high horse, period. This is you saying that no matter what you try to do to come up against this, I'm telling somebody right now, as soon as you tell the Lord, yes, the enemy's gonna see, well, let me just see if they only serving the Lord because of the blessings. No, I'm serving the Lord because God loves me, and because he takes care of me, and he does everything for me that I need to be done. And so this is the Lord saying, yeah, checkmate. You won't get that one. Just yesterday, come on, God, just yesterday, somebody was talking to me about Job, right? And this was just in conversation. And it's because of the fact that I have decided, and many of us have, remember, the Lord has given us a command to go in a certain direction. Cool. So now that you've decided to do that, the enemy is the tactic is, and this is also for those of you who understand this, if you are a person, a messenger like I am, a prophet like I am, and you know that you are a person who's out here to help other people and shepherd other people to understand the attacks of the enemy, you're going to get attacked more. I kid y'all not. Every time, all this week, it's been like, boom, one thing, boom, one thing, boom, one thing. And me just sitting like, oh, it's cool. God got it. Drop it in the chat. God got it. So it's those types of things, y'all, where the Lord will strengthen you, that no matter what the attack is, he's preparing you and making you understand that, yes, the enemy, the tactic is going to be the enemy trying to come up against your purpose, because now, and it's going to be a confirmation. So look, come on, God, look at it as a confirmation that, yeah, you in alignment, because the enemy's not going to attack nobody who ain't doing something. You understand? He's not going to attack somebody who's still out there fumbling around and don't know where they're going. No, he's going to attack you because he knows that you are now in alignment with your purpose. He knows that you are now in alignment with God's direction and God's plan for your life. But let me tell you, the victory is yours. Come on with the Six of Wands. I received that. So for many of you, if you are feeling attacked in any type of way, then understand that it's simply it's an indicator that you are in alignment with where God is trying to send you, okay? Ola, do it. Next. So the Lord had me in Habakkuk 2, 2, and 3. I need to turn to it because, of course, I really don't, but we know write the vision, make it plain. But let me turn to it just so I can make sure that I read it. I can't remember what page it was on because I went to this the other day. Man, y'all, it's crazy how the enemy will just show up early in the morning thinking that he got you, that he's going to get you pulled out of character, that you're going to get in your feelings, get all upset. Ain't ain't gonna be able to do it, okay? Habakkuk 2, 2, and 3 is where the Lord had me on the 21st of this month. I also need to point this out for some of you. There may be a specific day that something significant happens in your life. For me, I kid y'all not, something good always happens for me on the 19th of the month. And true to story, something good happened for me on the 19th of this month. And so as I was just in prayer this morning and talking to the Lord, that's one of the things that he wanted me to point out, is that for some of you, there may be a specific day and you have to just kind of start paying attention to how things flow in your life. For me, I planted a seed on the 19th, and so something good happened for me as a result of that. Now, next, Habakkuk 2, 2, and 3 says, This is of course Habakkuk standing on the wall. Drop it in the chat. I won't come down. This is him standing on the wall. He was waiting in preparation for God to give him an answer. He had posed, come on, Lord. He had posed some questions to the Lord, and he was like, and I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait and see what he will say to me, right? And so then God answers the prophet, and this is Habakkuk saying, I will stand at my guard post and station myself on the tower, and I will keep watch to see what he will say to me and what answer I will give as his spokesman when I am reproved. Let me just tell somebody, how are you going to be able to answer the Lord if he has, it's like I said this the other day, and this is kind of the energy that the Lord gave me on when he was talking about this. Like last week, he gave me a command. I followed the command. So now I'm just like, well, okay, Lord, what, right? So this is being in expectation of the Lord to give you an answer, for him to answer you and let you know, like, okay, because I feel like for many of us, the Lord himself, not that he doesn't always do this, but a lot of times, if you know, you're operating with your angels, you're operating with your spirit team, with Spirit Nim, right? And they're the ones ministering to you and helping you. But I am a true believer that there are times when the Lord himself will come in to talk to you and say, let me check in with you and see exactly where you're at. It's not that he doesn't know what you have going on, but there are times where I feel like it's the Lord himself that will come in and see, okay, let me just see where you're at for real. Let me make you understand and know that I got my eyes on you and that I'm paying attention to you, right? And so for many of you, I feel like that's what's happening as well, is that the Lord himself is going to come in and confirm and just do a check-in with you to make sure that you are in alignment. So I hope that makes sense to somebody. And you have to be in preparation for the answer. You have to be in position for the answer. Then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and engrave it plainly on clay tablets, so that the one who reads it will run. For the vision is yet for the appointed time, a future time. It hurries toward the goal of fulfillment. It will not fail. Drop it in the chat. It will not fail. Whatever it is, I don't know how else to say this. Whatever it is that God has told you to do, it will not fail. It will not fail. And even yesterday, y'all, when I tell you that the Lord, and I mentioned this last week, but it bears mentioning again, you could be having the most random conversation and just random. And this happened for me yesterday, right? You can be having the most random conversation, and all of a sudden you will get the answer to something you prayed for. Now, yesterday, the cards that I pulled for myself were the Four of Swords and the King of Swords, right? And so there was something that the Lord, I knew, come on, God, there was something based on those cards that I knew the Lord was going to give me an answer in some way. Hence Habakkuk 2, 2, and 3. And sure enough, y'all, just in a conversation with someone yesterday, there was an answer to a prayer that I had prayed, but the Lord will send people into your life who will answer a question for you, even if because you may not have the wisdom, you may not have the understanding, but someone, come on, God, someone else's experience will be the answer that you need. Does that make sense? So think it not strange. And I mentioned this on one of the messages last week. Think it not strange when the Lord gives you the answer that you're looking for, and it's the solution to the problem that you like, well, Lord, how am I going to do this? Lord, and this is me. When the Lord gives me a direction, when he tells me to do something, I'll be like, well, Lord, if you want it, then you're going to have to show me the way. You're going to have to show me how it's going to get done. You're going to have to make it happen for me because I don't have the answer. And sure enough, true to who God is, yesterday in conversation, he gave me the answer just like that. Now, the next part of this because the Lord was talking to me about impatience this morning. For many of us, the Lord's going to give you your instruction. You're going to know your direction. And because you know your direction, you're going to be a little impatient. You may be excited, but this is about understanding that it all has to work in divine timing. You have to allow the things to happen the way that they're going to happen, right? Because the vision is for a future time. Even though it delays, wait patiently for it because it will certainly come. It will not delay. So for many of you, it's going to be one step at a time. And that's the hardest thing to do because you start to get excited. You may even start to get a little overwhelmed. You may start to feel like, well, Lord, is this really going to happen? You may start looking at the time, how much time it's going to take. Don't worry about how much time it's going to take because the Lord is going to make sure that you have enough work to do, that you are still walking in alignment with the assignment as you're waiting to step into the next thing. So if you've been feeling some anticipation, that's actually a good thing, but be mindful of anticipation versus impatience. Good morning, dearest one. Be in anticipation of God to answer you because he will, but you have to be in position to receive the answer. Yesterday, I was in position. I want somebody to drop it in the chat. I'm in position. This is waiting for the Lord to answer you in some way. Good morning, stars. Good morning. Good morning, Jay Causey. Good morning. So understanding that the Lord is getting ready to give you your answer, right? How are you going to answer God back? When he comes in and he does his check-in, like, okay, let me check in myself. How are you going to respond to God? Have you said yes to this assignment, even if it seems daunting, even if it seems overwhelming? Did you follow this command that he gave you? Are you in alignment with your assignment? You're right on time. God's plan won't take any longer than it's supposed to, okay? Next, the Lord is with you while you are with him. He took me to 2 Chronicles 15:7 on this, right? If you seek God, you will find him. Drop it in the chat. I'm looking for you, Lord. So if you look for God, you will find him. If you stay with God, he will stay with you. When we are truly in trouble, we turn to God and seek him. And when I wrote this, I said, I need God for real. Okay, I need God for real because I know that in this next season of life, I can't do what God has called me to, and it's different for you, but what God has called me to do, I know I can't do it without God. Ain't no way. Ain't no way that I'm going to be able to do this without the Lord. So this is about making sure when you seek him, you will find him. When you need him, he will show up. When you stay with him, he will stay with you. When they were in trouble and distress, they turned to the Lord, and in earnest desperation, they sought after him. Because, baby, when I don't know, I don't know. And I will tell Daddy, I don't know. Help me, okay? Help me. When I don't know, then I don't know, right? And so this is for those of you, if you don't be afraid to say that you don't know. Because we're not it's not intended for us to have all the answers. We're not supposed to know everything. So if you don't know, it's okay to say that. Next, there is reward for your work. There's reward for your work. So understanding that whatever this is, and let me go back to Job. Thank y'all. Yesterday, as I was in conversation with somebody, right? Okay, not today, Satan. But thank you for joining. Welcome to the community. We are so happy and so grateful that you are here. So yesterday I was having a conversation with someone who actually I feel like mentors me and gives me a lot of wisdom and a lot of guidance. And so we were just talking about, she made mention of the fact, she was just like, a lot of times, and it is a true story, y'all. And I want this to help with someone's vision, right, of where the Lord is taking you. So in conversation yesterday, she mentioned Job. Now, this is a believer, right? She mentioned Job. I want somebody to understand that. Has anybody ever taken an L? Let's just start with that. Have you ever lost something? And for some of us, there are some things that we lose and we don't get them back. But then there's other things that when the Lord, it's a true story that you can lose something, but when the Lord gives it back to you, he gives it back multiplied. Good morning, Ramada. Good morning. So for many of you, this is an understanding that when the Lord, when the Lord begins to restore you, he is going to give you back more. When I say more, y'all, can I talk about this? I can talk about this because these are things that are already done. I'm going to say this again because I'm not here to brag on me. I'm here to brag on God. Do you understand? Y'all, how, can I just say it like that? Okay, thank y'all. So look, I don't know who needs to understand this. When I tell you that the Lord will multiply your blessings, for me, because I can only speak on my experience, right? I went from not being able to be approved for nothing. Do you understand? I went from not being able to be approved for everything to filing bankruptcy and getting approved for everything. When the Lord says that he will give you a Jubilee year, if you don't know where a Jubilee year is, you need to go read it in the book of Leviticus. When the Lord says he will give you a blank slate, a fresh start, he meant that. Many of you don't even, it's like if you don't understand, I don't know if you can't see that the Lord is giving you a fresh start. Y'all, this is a true to life story. I have never been in a position to receive credit cards, right? I've never used credit cards like that in my life. Can I just tell somebody that I went from not barely being able, the one credit card that I had a few years ago, the maximum, I think it was like $500. I went from getting a $500 credit card to two $1,000 credit cards. Now, for some people, that's like, oh, that's nothing. $1,000, that ain't nothing. Baby, you talking to somebody who wasn't able to get approved for anything. And now, anytime the Lord tells me to apply for something, I apply and it's an approval. It's things like that, y'all, where, again, remember I talked about flow yesterday. I wasn't planning on applying for another credit card, but when the Lord says he's going to give you a resource to pay for everything that he wants you to do, he is going to give you a resource to pay for everything that he wants you to do. Me, I don't want no more credit cards. I'm good with the $1,000 credit card, Lord. The Lord say, but I want you to have more. Do you understand that the Lord wants us to have more? Y'all, when I really just be in awe of the things that the Lord is doing in my life. I don't even be knowing why God be like, go get that. What? Wait a minute, Lord. I don't want to. He was like, you ain't going to go in debt. Why? Because he's taught you how to be a good steward. Would you say, Touche? Because he has taught you how to steward well. The Lord will not bless you with more until he knows that you're going to be responsible with what he has given you. So I need somebody to understand that when the Lord, it's not going to make no sense. None. But do y'all understand, for those of you who've been with me for a minute, I was having to steward $10. Okay, well, let me get this personal pan pizza. Let me get this gallon of water. Look, gas, Lord, you're going to have to give me some for gas. Y'all, I went from a season of having to steward $10 to now having to steward thousands. Come on, God, and thousands, plural. Can we say that with a plural? Like, y'all, the Lord will, I'm not up here to try to tell nobody, look, oh, I'm very much blessed and highly favored, but I'm trying to tell somebody, look at God. Look at God. Look what he will do. Some people will think they'll try to minimize your blessings. Baby, these are blessings like I ain't never had blessings before. Do you understand? So I hope this encourages somebody that yesterday I was just sitting there and I was just like, what, Lord? Do what? I don't want to do that, Lord. He said, I don't do it. I say, okay, I did it. And I just be like, oh, okay, Lord. The Lord will give you more than what you lost. This is that when you're coming out of your Job season. I think someone just said coming out of your Job season. The Lord is going to give you back 7 times or more what you lost. Right now, I'm already sitting around looking like, man, Lord, like I ain't never been at this level. I ain't never had money put away, money, resources. I've never had that, y'all. But the first thing that the Lord taught me to do was write the vision, make it plain. It's for a future time. Habakkuk 2:2-3. Lord, prepare me to have generational wealth. So what did he do? He made me make sure he's making sure that I'm going to steward well. I hope that makes sense for somebody. The other day, so as this day happened, let me just say this. There's warning before destruction. Okay, there's warning before destruction. So make sure that you're paying, like, the Lord will warn us. He will prepare us because something gonna happen. Believe it. Something is going to happen. And so the Lord is just like, okay, look, I'm going to prepare you for this, but I'm letting you know, because we can't stop life from life, and we can't stop life from things from happening in our lives. For some of you, I'm going to say this. If you know that there's something, and this is not no kind of advice that, like financial and that, let me just tell somebody, if you know you need to get your oil changed, get your oil changed. If you know you need to get your car serviced, get your car serviced. I don't know why he's bringing up cars. Maybe it's because of this. Come on. Now listen now. I got a little extra time today, y'all, because I told y'all my morning is starting off a little different. Can we talk about the fact that the Knight of Pentacles was under the bottom of the deck, and up under that was the King of Pentacles? Can we see the difference in the wealth? Can we see the maturation? Come on, maturation. Y'all got big words today. Receive it. Can we see the maturity that has happened going from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles? This is the wealthiest card in the deck. Do you understand that many of you, the Lord is preparing you for wealth, true money, true abundance? You have to start off here. And we know that even for some of us, the page comes before this. Do you understand that this is the road that you're on, that this is where the Lord is taking you? He's preparing you for wealth. He's preparing you for prosperity. This ain't prosperity preaching. This is understanding that if this is what your destiny is, the Lord is like, yep, I'm getting ready to put you in that position. Some of y'all, maybe you don't realize that you truly are the one that is going to be wealthy, not just in spirit, but also true wealth and abundance that you're going to receive, because this is what you are being set up for. Man, okay, I'm back. Next. If there's something you need to get done with your car, please make sure that you're doing that. That's going to be important for whoever needs that. Stop putting it off. Get it done. Okay, get it done. So as a result of that, I didn't try to get everything done I could possibly think to get done to my car. And so if the Lord has told you something needs to get done on your car, get it done. Go on, get it, child. Go on, get it. Okay, next. So, the numbers 111 came through on this, the number 333. And the way that the Lord confirmed this for me, y'all, was because once again, walking past my box and the 426 card was sticking out of the box. And so I hope that makes sense for somebody. Okay, let's see what else. And okay, so this was the other day, y'all, but let me just give y'all all the notes. So as that was happening, the number 111, as I was writing the number 111 on the previous page in my journal, Hebrews 11:1 showed up on my phone in one of the digital downloads that I have in one of the widgets. And so we know, of course, now faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So this is about keeping your faith at the forefront, right? Y'all know faith is my superpower, period. Faith is my superpower. So just know that this is the time to, don't let the enemy is going to try to come up against your faith. But remember, we said this yesterday, if God did it once, he going to do it again. Okay, he's going to do it again. It's time to get our priorities together. Where is your focus? I solidified my focus this morning in prayer with the Lord. I know where I'm going. Okay, I know where I'm going. And again, for those of you who know where you're going, keep it to yourself. It's exciting because you know that the Lord is doing something in your life and he's really taking you somewhere. And maybe you have felt out of focus for quite a while. I know I did. I felt like I was just fumbling around, not really understanding the direction that the Lord was taking me in. But for some of you, hold on, y'all. It's like you're getting back in focus. You know exactly where you're going. So think it not strange if the enemy starts trying to come up against you, because now you know where you're going. Okay, you know where you're going. Next, let's see. Hold on, y'all. Let's see if there's anything else over here. This next step that you're going to take is going to be large. Okay, it's going to be large. And the last numbers. Okay, let me just tell y'all. Drop some crowns in the chat. You're being crowned, okay? You're being crowned in some way. This came through from a message that the Lord, some of you, the book of Esther may be important for you. So he highlighted the book of Esther. So maybe that's something that you're resonating with right now. This is also preparation. Some of you, it's like you're being crowned. The Lord is really putting you in position. He also gave me, I didn't get a whole lot on this, Zechariah 4:6. Zechariah 4:6 and the number 456 as well. Okay, so that was the notes. Now let me just, come on, God. Now let's just talk about the significance of this. I'm gonna show y'all something. So this was my journal, right? I started this journal on my birthday, so July 26th, right? I started this journal, and the Lord, as I just picked this up and was getting ready to put it to the side, let me just tell somebody. Y'all see this book? It's raggedy. Y'all see the cover finna come off in the back. It's raggedy. It done been down through there. I done took the journal. I be taking it to work. Well, not anymore, but at one point I'm carrying it with me. I'm taking it around. Ain't that just like some seasons and chapters of our life? Sometimes they raggedy, y'all. The journal, come on with the message, Lord. Sometimes they raggedy. Sometimes that season of your life be toe up, don't it? Not toe up from the flow up. Sometimes that season of your life be toe up from the flow up. But can we talk about the fact that it's still holding on? It may be holding on by a thread. Y'all see the thread? Y'all see the thread? It may be holding on by a thread, but baby, we still holding on. Drop that in the chat, child. Look, the whole journal then gave a message, right? It may be, it may be, oh my God. Look, y'all ain't have to handle my journal like that. It may not be but a couple of fingers holding on, but I'm going to hold on to the Lord. You better believe it. It made it, right? Drop it in the chat. I made it, though. Anyway, new journal. I had to start a new journal yesterday. So just like a new journal, we are starting a new chapter as well. Okay, we are starting a new chapter as well. Oh, let's do it. Let's get to it. Y'all like the live, share, love. Sip your favorite adult beverage. Because, baby, I'm talking about I'm holding on. And my hand might be tied, but I ain't going to let go of the Lord. We going to stay holding on, child. I'm talking about what? We ain't letting go, Lord. I ain't letting go. Lord, hold my hand. All let's do it. Let's get to it. Here we go. Let's get some clarity cards out here, because, child, baby, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that journal holding on for the dear life. All to do it. Here we go. Now, y'all, somebody, who messages this? You've got help. See, this why you got to be writing stuff down. Didn't I say this in a message the other day? Weren't we talking about this somewhere? I know I said specifically you've got help. Your spirit team, your spirit limbs showing up. I wish I could find it. Now I'm have to try to go back and find it. You've got help, okay? Deuteronomy 28:7. The Lord will conquer your enemies when they attack you. They will attack you from one direction, but they will scatter from you in seven. Okay, will scatter from you in seven. Told y'all the other day, you got help. So it don't matter how the enemy come up against you. The Lord has got your back, right? But this is again letting you know that you ain't always going to be attacked. It might have been yesterday's message where the Lord has said something about your enemies, like the enemies you see today, you won't see again. Man, listen, look, I just heard you got mail. Come on, you got mail. Come on, y'all. Who used to say that in email? Y'all check your emails and things. I receive it. Let's see what else. The enemies that you see, them same tricks and things, they not gonna work. Let's clarity it and see. Move, okay? Get out the way. Momentum, growth, relocation, okay? We talked about this yesterday. So remember this, y'all. We on the move. We are on the move. We are moving forward. Many of you are gaining momentum in some way. It's almost like things happening at light speed is what this is giving. So just know that the Lord is also getting ready to move some people, places, and things out your way. Okay, so this is about keeping up and maintaining the momentum. You got to keep going where God is leading you, but it feels like things are getting ready to start picking up speed. So think it not strange as you're on this pathway to success. You're going to feel sometimes things start coming in. This could be blessings. This could be opportunities. This could be you taking, like, things are going to start progressing out of nowhere. Okay. Things are going to get ready. Some of you might be moving as well. So we've been talking about that. So you got to be prepared for that. Remember this, when we talked about it last week, the blessings come once the Lord positions you in the land where that he has designated for you. So for some of you, your blessings, not that you're not blessed where you are, but the next set of blessings, the next round of blessings, if you will, are actually going to start coming in when you are in position, when you're in the place, the territory, the land that the Lord has promised you, okay, that the Lord has promised you. You know, people, you be making, some of y'all making moves and people, because you're not where come on, God, because you're not where the enemy like, it's almost like, how do I explain that, y'all? You're no longer in the place where the enemy last attacked you. If we think, thank you, Lord, if we think about Jesus, right? Remember when Jesus had just got done fasting, he was, you know, it was 40 days and 40 nights. The enemy will attack you when you're at your weakest point, but he will also leave you. Once he knew that he couldn't beat Jesus, he finally went on about his way. Now, that doesn't mean that he didn't come back at another time, because we know, we see the enemy attacking Jesus multiple times in multiple ways. But this is about understanding that the enemy will try to attack you when you're at your lowest. Remember, yesterday we talked about that's when God is the strongest. So for some of you, the enemy left you there, and that's when the angels, of course, attended to Jesus and got him together, right? But the enemy will attack you when you're at your lowest point. God will strengthen you at your lowest point to defeat the enemy, and he is going to go on about his way. I don't know who needs that. It's like the attack only stays when the enemy think he's won. Makes sense? So for some of you, the Lord is, come on, God, the Lord is fortifying you and making you understand, like, I don't care what you bring up against my servant. Have you considered my servant Job? I don't care what you bring up against him. This one right here is for me. Man, come on. I hope that makes sense to somebody. So yes, if the enemy attacks you at your lowest point, think it not strange when he continues to come back. Because remember, y'all, we can be at a place where it's like, how do I explain that, y'all? You may have been weak, but when the enemy comes back, he knows that in some way, thank you, Lord, you have grown, you have elevated, you have expanded, you're more aware, your discernment is more on point. You're not in the same position. You're not the same person that you were the last time the enemy attacked you. I hope that made sense for somebody. The hermit coming in. We've been getting a lot of hermit energy. This is soul searching, reflection, quiet understanding, okay, observation and knowledge. Pay attention, because you will start to see the pattern. Come on, God, you will start to see the pattern in your life where you'll understand how the attacks are coming. It's like you say yes, and then it's like an attack. And it doesn't mean that the elevation is going to happen right away. But for some of you, the Lord is helping you to recognize the patterns. It's like the light going on, right? It's like the light going on. It's you understanding like, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I see that when I said yes to this, I took this action, and then boom, it's an attack. Does that make sense? So for some of you, you're starting to recognize the patterns as you're continuing to move in purpose. And so just pay attention to what you're seeing. Let's see what else. Some of you, it's like learning some difficult lessons. Come on, God, it's learning the lesson and not having to repeat the lesson, okay? Psalm 120:1, I call on the Lord in my distress, and he answers me. What was the scripture? Let me go back to my handy dandy journal, raggedy and everything, child. Weren't we just talking about God answers the prophet? God answers, okay? I call on the Lord in my distress, and he answers me. You need help? Ask the Lord. Lord, protect me. He'll do it. God answers when you seek him, you will find him. Okay. So call out to him. I don't even know. How did I write this? When we are in trouble, we turn to God and seek him. When they were in trouble and distress, they turned to the Lord, and in earnest desperation, they sought after him. Just trying to tell somebody, if you need an answer, be prepared to receive it, okay? When you call out to God, he will answer you. So just know the answers are coming. Here we go. What else, Lord? The answers are coming. Mercury, communication. Okay, some of you, look, didn't somebody say you got mail? Mercury being the card of communication. This is thought patterns. This is reasoning. This is perception. This is learning. For some of you, there's some answer. Again, the answer is coming to you. I don't know how else to say that. There's some answer that the Lord is getting ready to give you, and it's going to be confirmation of the move that you're getting ready to make, right? The thing that you're getting ready to do. And this is moving with faith, y'all. This is moving and just trusting, like, okay, Lord, you got this, because I don't know what to do, but this is moving with the Lord. Some of you, yes, there may be an unexpected email that's going to come in. There may be some kind of, this could be a phone call that's going to come in for some of y'all. There's some answer to something that you've been questioning and asking the Lord about that you're getting ready to, and it's going to be helpful in some way. Now, let me be very clear for somebody, because I don't want anybody to come on here thinking that your life gonna be all sunshine and rainbows. Ain't, because that's not the way life goes. You gonna have to go through some things to get to your blessing season. Do you understand? I don't care what blessing season you stepping into. People want it to be good all the time. It ain't good all the time, y'all. It's like, it's not. You gonna have to go through some things, because the Lord cannot give you the next blessing if you are not prepared to receive it. I saw something the other day that literally, and I think it was a reel or something, and it was talking about how not praying for, it was like, don't pray for the blessing itself. Pray for the knowledge, the wisdom, the ability to be able to steward the blessing. Does that make sense? So for some of you, it's like you're learning that the prayer is not, Lord, give me the blessing. Lord, give me the ability to manage it. Make me ready for the relationship. Make me ready to receive the wealth. So it's like understanding how how your thought process will change. You no longer pray for the blessing itself, but you pray for the ability to manage it. Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense to somebody. Some of you are understanding. And this is, again, communication. Thank you, Lord. This going to be the Lord speaking directly to you in some way. Told you, this is like you're going to get a command, communication from God. I don't care who you subscribe to, okay? you're going to get something from the Lord himself. Yes, your angels be ministering to you and telling you things, but many of you, you may have this experience where you just know God is speaking to me. Okay, he is speaking to me. Let's clarity this hermit card and see what else this is. Yes, you're getting ready to get that answer of where you're supposed to move to. Many of us, we're already obedient, right? So you know that when the Lord gives you an instruction, you have to follow it, because there's something very dependent upon that. Freedom. Okay, freedom is the next card to come out. This is nothing can stop you. Celebrating independence, power to do what you want. Many of you, the Lord is in. Come on, God. I said this the other day. Freedom. Going into 2026, we only have about a week left, right? Going into 2026 financially free, free of worry, free of doubt, free of connections that were draining you, free of environments that were not supporting you or lifting you up. This is the Lord truly bringing this into your life, y'all. And many of you, it's like maybe you don't even recognize that's the season that you're in. And a lot of times, y'all, that can be difficult, because it's almost like sometimes you really have to just sit down and evaluate and understand, man, I'm really in this season. I'm really in this season. So for some of you, the Lord is going to be freeing you for something. Just because I have a little bit more time today, I'm going to clarity these as well and just do a 9-card spread. But this is the Lord giving you the power to live the life that you want. Come on, God. Many of you, the Lord is setting you up for a life that and whatever it is that you're stepping into and that you're deciding to go forward in, you're going to start to see things moving forward. But it's also understanding that the Lord is setting you up for freedom. I just heard stop slouching, y'all. I was sitting like this. So for some of you, like your posture, head up, chin, like look, chin up, chest out, right? The Lord is setting you up for freedom. Whatever this instruction is, whatever this move is, whatever this is, it's setting you up to give you the power to live the life you want to live, to do the things that you want to do. It's still going to take time, right? The hermit, it's still going to take time. And this may be something that you're still just in the process. It may still just be an idea or something you've taken from an idea and actually written, because come on, God, that's how things actually begin to start becoming your reality. There's something about writing things down, y'all. There's something about putting things, it can be a thought. It's something about taking your thoughts and putting them on paper that makes them real, okay? That makes them real. So make sure you're writing down the things that you want to accomplish. And you also want to make sure that you are speaking those things as well. I have found myself, because I know where the Lord is taking me at this point, walking around and just telling myself on the daily, like, this is who I am. This is who I am. Okay. So understanding that the Lord, it's like you're starting to decree and declare. It starts as an idea. You put pen to paper, you write the idea down, and then you start to decree and declare those things with your mouth. Okay. We have loneliness, the desert that's coming through on this, walking a lonely path, feeling deserted and neglected, no support system. Let me just tell somebody that God is on your side. You're never alone. And a lot of times, and we all experience this, y'all, where you have those moments where you feel like you're by yourself, where you feel like, Lord, have you abandoned me? And for many of you, the Lord is getting ready to show you in some way that you're not alone. You do have assistance. He's going to bring in, not only is he going to show up for you in some very direct way to where you know there's going to be no denying that it's God. There's going to be no denying, because again, you've cried out, you've asked the Lord, you have felt alone. The Lord is letting you know you have a team supporting you. You have angels supporting you. You are not walking this path by yourself. Do you understand? So, but you may have felt like this, and sometimes we go through some lonely periods. Didn't I just talk about loneliness yesterday? Didn't I write it? Because I said something about you going to have to go outside. I think we just talked about that yesterday, y'all, where you going to have to go outside. If it's something about, for some of you, you're going to have to go outside in some kind of way. I don't know if I wrote it down, but I know the Lord was giving me that energy yesterday. So understanding that you're not going to, and many of you know you're not going to walk this journey by yourself, right? This is knowing that you're going to have not only God with you, but other people with you as well. Okay, let's see what else. Here we go. Isaiah. Come on, y'all. Isaiah 43:19. For I am about to do something new. See, I have already begun. Do you not see it? Do you not see it? I will make a pathway through the wilderness, right? I will create rivers in the dry wasteland. The number 143 may be important as well, because anytime I get Isaiah 43:18-19, it always takes me to Isaiah. When I get the number 143, it takes me to Isaiah 43:18-19. So for some of you, that may be a specific scripture that's important for you. The Lord is getting ready to make a way where it seems desolate, where it seems dry, where it seems like it's not going to happen, where it's just like, well, Lord, how you going to do that? The Lord is getting ready to make a way. It's already begun. Do you not see it? Do you not see that things are starting to move forward from you? The communication is coming up in the middle. Some of you, it's like you should, and I can't say, how do I say it, y'all? I don't feel like you're doubting that God is talking to, okay, I'm tracking. Where did I write this at? I think I wrote it on yesterday. Hold on, y'all. Let me just double check it. I wrote it yesterday in my new journal. Sometimes God is silent, but about what you want an answer about, but he's never completely silent. He just wants to see, what are you going to do? Okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you feel like you're alone? What are you going to do when you feel like God is not answering you? I hope that makes sense for somebody. It's like, what are you going to do when you feel like the Lord, even because we can't see all the moves that God is making. We can't see everything that he's doing. We don't know all the steps, but what are you going to do when you're waiting on the answer from the Lord that you're actually looking for? Okay. So just paying attention to that. What are you going to do when you feel like the Lord, like you haven't received the answer that you're looking for? Your prayers hold weight. So just remember what you're praying for, okay? Just remember what you're praying for. Let me shuffle this and we'll get the last card and then we out this thing, okay? And you learn, y'all. You learn to keep praying. You learn to keep looking for God. You learn to keep, and again, I have spent many seasons where it was just me and God, and sometimes all I had was prayer, right? Sometimes all I had was just keep talking to God, and he may not give me the answer to the thing that I'm asking for, but he's going to confirm in some kind of way that he is around you, right? That he is with you. So just know that even just wait, okay? Be willing to wait on God's answer. Last card, and we out this thing. Here we go. Woo, come on, Empress. Abundance. Told y'all. Creation, abundance, confidence. This is the divine feminine. Crazy. I saw a reel the other day that was talking about divine feminine energy versus a false divine feminine energy. It was just a random reel that I saw. And so some of you, you're learning to truly access and tap into that divine feminine energy, right? And understanding that receptivity, that divine feminine energy. That's what it was. I also saw a reel where there was a woman talking about how so many of us women, no offense, fellas, but how many of us women have lost our femininity because of the fact that we've had to be in survival mode for so long. So whoever needs this message, let me just say this to you, okay? The Lord is taking you out of survival mode. Do you understand that that's a big part of what, and I know in my own life, that this is what I'm experiencing. I'm no longer in survival mode. I'm not even claiming that energy anymore. Now, for many years, probably most of my life, I was in survival mode. But for many of you, what is happening is you're coming to the understanding that the Lord is taking you out of that survival mode, and he's allowing you to rest and reside in your feminine energy. Now, some people, how do I say that? Baby, all of us, I can't say nothing about nobody else's femininity, okay? But I know that for many of you, one of the main parts that's going to help you to tap into this divine feminine energy is your ability to work on your heart and allow yourself to receive, right? And allow yourself to receive. So, and it's not easy to do. And oh my gosh, and that's part of when you're in your false feminine energy versus your real feminine energy, because feminine energy is receptive. And so as a result of you tapping in and allowing yourself to receive the goodness of God, the love of God, you're going to start receiving from multiple places as well. So some of you, what the Lord is trying to teach you is to really tap into that. And once you begin to do that, things begin to come to you. You don't search for it. Again, I mentioned it in random conversation. Answers are going to come to you. Abundance is going to come to you. Opportunities are going to come to you, because we don't chase anything, we attract everything. But this is part of learning how to shift your mindset out of, and for many of us, and it's unfortunate, we have had to be in our masculine energy because we have had to be the breadwinners, the caretakers, the everything to everybody, right? Thank you so much for the gifts, dearest one. We have had to be everything to everybody. So it oftentimes felt like we couldn't tap into this. Like, you ever seen those reels and seeing all these women who get to talk about like their soft girl era and all of that? For many of you, you have a protector. Come on, God, a protector and a provider that is on the horizon for you. But the first thing that has to happen is you have to access this energy. And it's not the easiest thing to do, y'all. It's not always easy to learn. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me do this little, what's it called thing. Okay, I'm back. It's not always the easiest thing to learn, but when you begin, and one of the ways that you will know is because, again, things will just start showing up for you, things that you pray for. But it starts with allowing the Lord to take care of you and really teach you how to be loved, right? How to be loved. I hope that makes sense for somebody. Many of you are stepping into, and this doesn't mean that if you want that fairy tale, I don't want to call it fairy tale because some people are living it, if you want, how you form your life the way you want it to be formed, okay? I have never had a soft girl era, always in survival or protection mode. That the Lord is getting ready to show you that you're going to come out of that. I don't know how to make it make sense, but the Lord is getting ready to show you that he's bringing you out of that. You're not going to have to always be in that mode. And and I'm speaking this because it's like, I know that I'm safe with the Lord. I know that I'm protected by him. I know that, because I say this all the time. I'm like, Lord, it's things that I have to do. The other day, this is a true story, y'all. I was putting my dresser together and I had a moment where I was like, and I almost had tears in my eyes, because there are things that I know how to do that I really am like, it's not that it's not beneficial, but there are things in my life that I wish I didn't know how to do. I wish it's beneficial to know how to change a tire, but does that mean that I want to do it? No. Can I do it? Yes. It's beneficial to, know how to change oil, but do I want to change oil? No. But can I? Yes. Doing things like that where you hadn't really had someone. Maybe you hadn't had a man in your life. I haven't. to really be a protector and a provider. But part of you stepping into this new era of your life as well is you're going to actually have someone come in that is going to be that for you, right? There are things that we have had to learn, putting together furniture, getting cars serviced. I walked in Walmart last weekend or 2 weeks ago to get my tires worked on, and the man was like, oh, well, let me go out there and get your tire size. And I was like, 225, 55, 17. And he was like, oh. You know what I'm saying? So it's things that we know that we don't necessarily want to know, but we know. But it's also you understanding that you're coming out of that season to where you know that the Lord is just going to support you. Okay, so for many of you, this could definitely, if that's what you're praying for, be on the lookout for that as well. Yes, you're going to have someone. We're not dealing with the immature people anymore. Indeed, y'all should have seen his face, y'all. Y'all should have seen his face, because I was like, baby, don't do me. Don't do me. Child, I can tell you what the air pressure is supposed to be in all four of my tires, honey. I done had to been through some things, you understand? But this is also understanding, like, you won't always be in that season, right? You won't always be in that season. So if that's what you're, and that's something that you can pray for as well, right? That's something you can pray for as well. Pray for that, and the Lord will put you in a season where you're going to receive it. I definitely feel like I'm in that season. Now, let me make it perfectly clear. When I'm at work, I got to have a little gangster in my spirituals, right? Because I be in a different environment. So it's like, you know, and for some of you, it's like you're also going to learn how to regulate that. Like, you know, you're not going to be, and some of us, we've had to learn this, like, you ain't gonna be that hard with a man because you have it, but it's something that you have to transition out of. I hope that makes sense for somebody. Anyway, that's it. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. That's the message, y'all. That's all I got. Like I said, I got a little bit more time on my hands this morning because the enemy thought he had me. You ain't got me, and you ain't gonna get me. You won't get me like that. That's it. That's the message. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Y'all, thank you so much for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribes, the love, the energy. I'm so truly grateful. Thank y'all for the gifts, all that good stuff. It's time to go be great and amazing. Do great and amazing things. Hydrate your soul. Drink your water. Say your gratitude. I will see y'all on the next one. I'll see y'all in the morning. Hopefully my message. Come on, Leo energy sticking out. Period. Receive it. Hopefully my morning ain't gonna start out tomorrow like it did today. Okay. If you want to catch the replay, y'all make sure y'all catch me on the YT side of the street. Give me a follow over there as well. I love y'all in real life. Go be great and amazing. Do great and amazing things. I will see y'all on tomorrow. Deuces. Period. Us going to charm school. What you got to do, child? Cause I can't. I'm in healthcare, y'all. I can't have my nails done anymore. I'm in healthcare. We can't have nails and all that good stuff. I want to put my nail back on though. Go do something nice for yourself. Schedule a massage. Get a pedicure. I need to go get a pedicure. I can't do it till this weekend. Maybe this weekend. Add some self-care in your schedule. Okay, you deserve that. All right. I will see y'all on tomorrow. Go be great and amazing. I see y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye.